Whether you are sleeping or you are with the open eyes, you should be awake. Awake means your bliss state. Awake means no demand. Awake means no attachment. Awake means the Maya is illusion. Now nothing belongs to me. No son, no wife, no husband, no father, no mother, no house, no job, no post, nothing. No this body. This dead body also not belong. This is like clothes. I will no more come in this clothes. Over. This is what you have to determine. What Krishna is saying in Gita. Had a determination to come back to the God home. Determination. Strong determination. Please explain two states of sleeping and this Maya, the illusion. There is nothing like living and dying. Kindly explain the part between sleeping and awakening. What the word we say sleep in our world of outside, the visible, the Maya, the materialistic, the deadly world, what the word we use, sleep or awake. We say sleeping means not active. Sleeping means he is not awake. Awake, we say he is not sleeping. The state of the physical body. We take our meaning of sleeping and awakening as per the body. Sleeping of the body means not awake, as on night when we are sleeping, not with the outside world physically connected. And morning when we get up, we say we are awake. So this what relates to the body, physical body, we say that there is a sleeping and awakening state with the body. When not active, sleeping, eyes closed, no actions, that we say the sleep. When we have got up, eyes open, talking, can hear, we say is the awakening state. This body, physical body, has slept, physical body has awake. But in the world of spirituality, the meanings are different. Because in the materialistic, the physical, the Mayavi, the deadly world, what we say is all connected to the Maya, and Maya is an illusion. Illusion means that looks like truth, permanent, but it is not the truth. It is not permanent. So that which is not permanent is an illusion. And this here sleeping and awakening is also the Maya. Anything connected with Maya is illusion, because Maya itself is the illusion. So in the world of spirituality, when we say that your awakening is also the sleeping in, you can say, awake state. Sleeping in awake state. That is sleeping in sleep state at night when you are physically not active. And when you are physically active, it is awakening in sleeping state. So we have to understand that we are always in sleep. Let it be sleep in sleep or sleep in awake state. So when one dies, when we say one is dead, that time we say he had gone to the long sleep now. He will not wake up. Even we shout at him, he is not waking up. Otherwise we say, sometimes at night if I had to go somewhere, I will say that wake me up at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock. We ask someone to wake me up. And someone comes to you in your bedroom, wakes you up, that you have to go for the office or for the school or anything. But when the death comes, death is not waking you up. You are in the sleep, long sleep. So even the father, the mother, the children, the wife, the husband, whoever, all are shouting, but you are not waking up. And today they are not getting angry. Otherwise, if they wake you up for 2-3 times, you are not getting up, they will shout at you. They will shout at you and tell you many things. But when you die, they shouts, but with the mercy, compassion that he is dead, she is dead. So that where you are not woke up by someone, so that state where you are not woke up is the state of complete sleep. But here we say again that the soul in the body, energy in the body, conscious in the body has left. And that energy, the conscious, we say that it will go to some other body. It will go to some other body. That he or she will take birth somewhere. That is what we say. That inside what was had come out. Name we have given, the conscious, the soul, the energy, that had come out, lived this body, and we say it had gone to some other body, as our Pandits and Granthi all say, that it had gone to some heaven or some God. So bless. They ask to pray that this body, this soul body will go somewhere in the good body, in the good house. So one who had travelled from this body to the other body, who is that? Who is the one? That one who was inside, while making this body to sleep, making this body to wake up. Who is that? Because while at sleep, also we are in the awakened state. That's why when somebody wakes up, we immediately move and says, yes, yes, I am getting up. It means you are in the awakening state. You are in the awakening state. But you are not knowing about that you are awakening. You are sleeping in the sleep state. Sleep state is where you are unconscious. Unconscious with what? The sleeping is there. One who can witness is sleeping. One who can witness is sleeping. Can witness is complete the waking up period also, the awakening state also. One who can witness his sleeping state can witness the awakening state also. So the one who cannot witness his sleeping, we say is unconsciously sleeping, not knowing anything about, he is just sleeps. To whom the dreams comes, and dreams sometime of favor, sometime against. When it comes against, it makes you fearful. When it comes in favor, it makes you somewhere happy. So in that dream state, you are witnessing. That's why you say that I had the dream. But then you say, I've forgotten that complete dream. While in dream, you are not in awakening state. What actually the dream is, the thoughts which are stored inside in your subconscious mind body. When thoughts in your subconscious mind body, thoughts of the previous birth, thoughts of this birth, starts coming out, that time you witness it. So that when it comes out in the night, it becomes dreams. When it comes in the daytime, we are not saying we had the dream. But in fact, that day also we are dreaming. In day also, you are dreaming, but you say, this is not dream. You say, I am awake. You are not yet awake. But you say, I am awake. What you say about? In the daylight also, you think many things. Many things comes and goes inside you. Many thoughts comes and goes inside you. But you say it is the awakening state. But this is also the sleeping state. Sleeping state. Sleeping in awakening state. And night sleeping in sleeping state. Where you are not witnessing your thoughts. You are not awakened. You cannot catch your thoughts. You cannot catch your dreams. That's why they comes and goes. But you are not able to catch them. So when you are in the same state of sleep in the day and the night, then you are dead. In fact, what the spiritual world people says, when I say spiritual world people, what is the difference? The spiritual means Ibrahim, Buddha, Mahavira, Jesus, Muhammad, Kabir, Farid, Lao Tse, Socrates, Sai Baba, and Guru Ram Parmahans, many more. These all people came to the awakening state. Your awakening is in sleep. They were awakening in awakened state. Their sleep was in the awakened state. So their sleep was also the awakening. So whole day awakening was also the awakening state. Awakening means they are witnessing everything. Everything they witnesses. They can catch any thought comes to their mind, they can witness it. They can witness their dreams. So they are aware of that state where anything comes, they can catch it and they can stop it. They can stop it. Your dreams at night or dreams in the day are coming and going. You are not able to stop it. But they can stop it. They are the controller. That's why we set them different from us, that they are the God. The word God was given to them because if we are not giving them the name God, then what will say to us? Because they were proper human beings. But we have set them God to just make ourselves safeguard that we are not the animal, we are the human being. But human being is the human being. But all those said, the awakening state, one who had got the awakening state is the human being. Because human being, the God had given all the powers of the God himself. And God is awakened always in 24 hours, into 60 minutes, into 60 seconds. Why you are not in awakening state? Why you are not in awakening state? That's why it is said that you are not the human being. Human being is one who is in the awakening state. So whether you say yourself that you are a human being, but you are not. Human being is the replica of the God, and God is awakened. 24 hours, everything you see around you in the world is going on with the same cycle. Everything is going on. Because God is not at sleep. God is completely awake even in sleep. So at night also you see, you sleeps, but God is not sleeping. God is not sleeping. In his state of awakening, the sleep is coming and going. So that's why whenever you meet anyone, the replica of the God, the human being, the original face, you will find him not getting into the sleep more and more. He does not require the sleep, but sleep he takes just to carry out the nature law. Because in the human body, nature laws are to be obeyed. Because one who is awakened has to follow the rules of that sleeping state also. Sleeping state rules and regulations means Maya rules and regulations. Because Maya is the beauty. Maya is the beauty. So when you sleep, sleeping is the beauty. So you see, when someone sleeps, you enjoy that one is sleeping. Sleeping makes you so comfortable. Sleeping makes you so entertaining. Whatever you do in the daylight, night when you go for sleep, you really enjoy. If somebody is not getting the sleep, he is so much mentally disturbed. People are taking sleeping pills to sleep. Because sleep is the God gift. So the God gift cannot be given to the God's Son. God's Son had all his of what his Father had. So those who connects with the God becomes the God's son or the daughter. Everything belongs to them. So nothing like gift. Gift is given to them, those who are not own. We always take the gifts from the one. We expect the gift from the one who is not close to us. We get the gifts only. The one, if your father or the mother or family members are there at home, what gift you will say? But still you ask the gift from them. Because they don't believe. that you are so capable. If I just open my almirah, I keep my tijori open, that what gift, whatever you want, you buy it, you take it. Parents don't trust the children. Children don't trust the parents. Brother is not trusting the sister, sister not trusting the brother, husband not trusting the wife, wife not trusting the husband. So because of that only, they find the opportunity to get some gift. Because if everything belongs to me, then what gift I will expect from someone? I can gift, but I will not expect the gift. What gift you can give to the God? It is a God who can give you the gift. This is all because you do not know. That's why you keep on giving gift to the God. You even donate the money to the God. But God is God. He is the giver, not the taker. But you are in the sleeping state. You are in the sleeping state. Sleeping in sleep state, sleeping in awakened state in the daylight. Whenever you are awakened, you are sleeping. When you are sleeping, you are already slept. You are already in the sleeping state. So the one who lives in two sleepings, sleeping in sleep state and sleeping in awake state, is the one who is completely illusion. His everything is illusion. He does not know anything the realistic of the life. He do not know that what actually is the real, what actually is the truth. That I am not the truth. My all nears and dears are not the truth. This all what I have today is not the truth. One who understands this, one who understands this, all the illusionary things, all the illusionary relationships, all the illusionary properties, illusionary all your assets, whatever you have with you, all your posts, whatever you have, all illusion. One who comes to know that everything what is with me or in the world is illusion, the Maya. Today it is with me, yesterday it was with someone, tomorrow it will be with someone. So nothing belongs to me permanently, it is temporarily with me. It is temporarily with me. If it is today with me, tomorrow maybe with someone. Because illusion means never still on one point. Will keep on moving, will keep on changing. So that's why those who had gone deep into and got the awakening state said the difference that the two sleeping states, the one who is fallen from the human being, he had two sleeping states, and one who had gone above the humanship, that is the complete awakening state. He awakes at night, he awakes at the daytime also. His sleep also is in awakening state, his awakening also is awakening state. So he is awake all the time, 24 hours. So one who awakes all the times, 24 hours, will never be getting the tiredness, because the moment you come to the awakening state, in the sleep and the day, nature starts feeding you directly. Nature starts feeding you directly. Nature fills up the space, whatever left in between. If you have anything short, the nature fulfill. And to abide the rule of Maya, just to carry out so that rules should not be broken. Because what you see to the leader, same you follow. So one those who got the awakening state, so to just make the respect for the Maya, the beauty, they had been asked to go as per the whatever rules are there. So they used to eat, they used to sleep, they used to do anything, whatever the Mayavi people are doing. So that rules should not break. to that state of awakening while even at sleeping, to make the obey to the rules of Maya. While at sleeping, he is not at sleep in sleep state. He is deep in awakening state. Who is in the daylight awakened state, in the awakening state of awakening means whatever thoughts going inside, whatever he is doing, it is witnessed by the God. It is done by the God. It is done by the God, and everything is witnessed by the one in the body of whom God had come. So awakening state means God appeared. Awakening state means God appeared. The one to whom we say the enlightened one, enlightened person. We say it the Muni, the Sant, Sachiyar, Sthiti Pragya. So the one who is completely awake in 24 hours, we say him the enlightened, the blissful man, because the result of enlightenment is bliss. So you have to go through your sleeping state in sleep state, awakening state in sleep state, and then you have to come back to the sleeping in awake state and awakening in awake state. The moment you come to that state, you will see nothing in the world is permanent. Everything is just flowing. Everything is just flowing from one point to other. And in the cycle of this birth and death, nothing remains here. Everything keep on moving. Everything keep on moving. So one who is in the sleeping state thinks that everything is stable, and one who comes to the awakening state takes this everything in the world is moving. Everything has its movement, because energy is of movement. Nothing stops at one point. It is only the awakening state that you get the stable point. In the awakening state only you get the central point not moving, and the complete circumference. The one who reached the enlightened state can witness everything going around with him. So this is what we have to understand, that what the state of two sleepings for the Mayavi one and two awakening states for the enlightened one. Enlightened, we have said to all these godly people, though we say enlightened because of their awakening in awakening state, sleeping in awakening state, awakening in awakening state. So this is when comes inside, your outside result will be the bliss moments. So awakening and sleeping for the one who is in the body, one who is sleeping in awakening state, and who is awakened in the day in the awakening state, is the one who is not connected with the body. Sleeping in awakened state, awakening in awake state, is the one who has control on his senses, not control, auto control. Not control, because in control also I is coming. Auto control. Like all the body's parts are active whenever it is required automatically. I want to see you, I not to command my eyes to see you. I want to hear, I not to command my ears to hear you. So automatically, the same way as the body, all these parts, same way the five senses starts working. Five senses which is making you to see, to hear, to taste, to touch, to smell. All. Your anger, your lust, your greed, attachment, ego, all is like auto. So anything through the senses when operates automatically is the awakening state. Awakening means so much awake that even witnessing the senses, auto. So this is what the state you have to get. before you depart from this human body. Because human body is the body which is in the mortal state, but the God resides in this body who is in the immortal state. So beyond this body there is a body. When you remove your clothes, you never say I am dead. When you remove your clothes, you never say that the clothes are dead or you are dead. When your body, you say that this cloth is dead, but actually what is dying? If cloth is getting death expiry date, you bring the new cloth. New cloth. Likewise, this body, when dies, you get the new body. New body. Now, which body you want after this body? For that, you have to work out. Like outside for the clothes, you go to some mall somewhere to buy it. And likewise, this body also, after this body, you have to buy the new body. From which mall you will buy? Which body you want? Because before going for the mall or something, you know that what I have to buy today. So what you have to buy, before the death, you have to think it over. Because after the death, you cannot think of buying. Because buying can only be done while in this human birth. And this money for the buying of that body is only earned in the awakening state. Money in income made in the awakening state means sleeping in awakening, awake in awakening state. The money will be given to you after the death of this body, only after which when you are in the awakening state. So this is what the awakened state, where the one is awake and where one is not awake. What you say, you also use the same word. I am awakened. Somebody comes to wake you, no, I am awake. So you do not know what actually the awakening these spiritual people are talking about. That awakening is there. All that what is going on outside in this materialistic Mayavi dead world is illusionary world. You don't just spoil your whole time on these deadly things, deadly faces. You go beyond these deadly faces and deadly things, and there you will find the one who is not dying. Who is not dying. So when you are attaching yourself with this body, then you are going to die. Dying permanently. The moment you die, you know that you have gone permanently. But when you are in awakening state, then you'll come to know this body is a cloth. This body is a cloth. And the word which death says, die, death is not there. No death. When you are in the awakened state, sleep in awaken, awake in awakened state, you are auto controller of your senses. Nothing remains inside. Nothing makes you upset. You are beyond all the upsetness. In that state, where anything happening outside in the world, let it be any profit or loss in your business or in job, whatever, anybody respecting you or not respecting you, any birth or death coming at your home, you are beyond. So that state where all remains the same, that point is the point of awakening. In other words, enlightenment, Sachiyar, Sthiti Pragya, Kevalya, success of your being human. Human. So you are going to travel to the God home, your original home. You will get the immortal, everything immortal there. There is nothing mortal there that you will die and come back again. That is the immortal state. So there is no birth, no death when you reach to the state of awakening. So awakening is the object of a human being. Awakening cannot be done by the animal or the bird or the insect or the trees. It is only the privilege given to the human being to utilize his brain, the sky element, and reach to the sleep in awakening state, awake in awakening state. How to go for that? So for that you need a master. Master means the teacher, as you've done everything through the teacher in your lifetime. So when you approach to the teacher who is in the awakening state, because before joining the class, you should first make sure that you are going to the right point. Whatever one is saying, just go through that, and if you get inside the voice, the smell, then you go further for your class. So that when you go to that point where you are feeling bliss, where you are feeling awakening state a bit, then that bit, that rays can take you to the sun. Then you can move further. Then you can move further for accomplishing your complete that awakening state. Because that only is the target of human being. If you think that earning the money, getting the big houses, getting the big cars, getting the beautiful wife or the husband, getting my children educated to the world top universities, or becoming prime minister or president or star or something, Tata, Mani, Birla, if you think this one is the object of your life, then definitely you are going to lose this game of human being. Going to lose it. Outside objects are all illusion. Illusion, Maya. That all objects are related to the sleeping mind. Sleeping mind. That's why we say the mind is sleeping and no mind is the awakening state. Everything in the Maya, what you do is with the mind. Everything what you do with the God is with the no mind. So no mind, one can never think of becoming prime minister or president or star or businessman or officer or something. No mind is the enlightenment. In the world we say the one who is with the mind, brilliant mind, is the enlightened. So in the brilliant mind is getting the medals, certificates outside, appreciation, admiration by the people. But he is not respected in the God home. No. One who is getting respect in the materialistic Mayavi world, who is enlightened from the materialistic body, materialistic mind, will not be accepted in the God kingdom. In the God kingdom, the one who went with the empty mind, with no mind, having no connection with anything, can only reach to the state. Can only reach to the state of that enlightenment, which is called bliss. Bliss is the outcome of the enlightenment. Bliss, you can say, the main quality of the enlightened one, the awakening person. Awakening is enlightenment only. Awakening is Sachiyar only, what Guru Nanak said. Awakening is Kevalya only, what Mahavira said. Nirvana, as Buddha said. These all are the final word, the final object to achieve this. This certificate is given to them. This certificate is given by the true masters. So unless you reach to the state of that sleep in awakened state, awake in awakening state, your life is still in somewhere on the way. If you die on the way, then it means you had gone into the long sleep. Long sleep. So that's sleeping in sleep state. And that will take you to all your next level of whatever you were earlier, will go back to the same. Getting a world fail, not understood. For answer, you have to search for the one who got the answers. Not just answer by mind. If questions are by heart, answer also by heart required. And that you have to understand. You have to understand. If not today, in one life you have to understand that you have to be in the awakening state. Sleep in awakening, awake in awakening state. Once we are in the outside materialistic world, in the Maya, the illusionary world, we are always sleeping state. Sleeping state only. You will say, I am awake. I am awake. How you are saying? Are you fool? You are in sleeping state. Because everything you see, what you do is in a sleeping state. If it is in the awakening state, it would have given you the bliss. Why you are not in bliss? Why you become so sad? Why sometimes, not sometimes, many times, you are just realizing on your mistakes that why I have done this, why I have said this. You say many times that I did not want to do this. I did not want to say these words. But how these words had gone, why this all is happening, I was not thinking this, how it is happening. So that time you think, you who is the one is not certain of what you are doing. You are realizing your own mistake, what you have done, which you were not are thinking of doing. So is it the awakening state? The difference between the awakening person and the sleeping person. When I say sleeping, means sleeping in sleep state. Awakening means in the daylight also he is in the sleeping state. So the one who is awake at night, who is awake in the day also, the one will always be in no position of anything to realize. In other words, the word sorry will not come in his lifetime. No sorry. If no sorry, no thank you. Then don't think that the word sorry will not come in the life of the awakened person. So it means he is proudy. You will say that he is proudy, she is proudy. But in the God kingdom, his proud is also the pure I, capital I. Capital I means he had not done anything, why should he say sorry? And everything through the one who is in awakening state done by the God. And God, how God can make anything wrong? God had created the Maya. Maya just moves as per the God. How the God will commit the mistakes? And if at all the God says you sorry sometimes for anything, then it says that he is the children, they are my children. Just for the child, the father becomes the horse. You know it. Son sits on the back, daughter sits on the back and says that chal mere ghode. We have gone through these all childhood games. So that's why if at all the awakened person says sorry, it's just to make his child happy, to move further. But he's nowhere connected in the sorry and the thanks, because he never commits any mistake. Reason? God himself speaks through him, God himself works through him, God himself comes with all the senses. So whatever he does is correct. That becomes the rule on this earth. See whatever Guru Nanak, Buddha, Mahavira, Jesus, Ram Paramahansa, Sai, Kabir, Farid, Meera, Sahajo, Lalla, Lao-Tse, Sukrat, all those, whatever done, whatever said on this earth, had become the rules for that particular community. So what they were the king. Rules had changed. Their languages even are different. Whatever they said is said. And then I say that they have said, don't think always that they are said. I always say that it is a saying by the God through these bodies. God is saying through the bodies. So when God is saying through these bodies, are going to take you from this the mortal body to the immortal body. And that will only come when you are going beyond the sleeping state. Your sleeping state. You have to wake while in sleep. You have to awake while you are awake. So that is the one you have to understand. Otherwise, you are into sleep only. You are into dark state, you can say. You don't have the light. You are in dark. And dark is always troubling. That's why you are not at peace. Because always in dark will not bring you peace. So you are always in dark. Your life is in dark state. And in dark state, you are not happy. Today, as you see, today because of Corona, in lockdown, are you happy? You say, no, we should go out. How long we'll keep on locking ourselves? So this, likewise, you will not think of liking completely the sleeping state. You had to go to the awakening state. That awakening state will keep you always in bliss. Bliss. Bliss means nothing in the world, the two world had gone. Maya disappears, illusion disappears, realistic comes. For the awakened one, the Maya disappears, the realistic comes. And real is nothing but the God, the Allah, the Ishwar, the God, Bhagwan, whatever you say. So you have to reach to that state where everything is clear, where nothing is two, everything is one. Where if some profit comes or the loss comes, you will not be bothered about, you will be in the same state of mind, relaxed mode. Somebody is insulting you or somebody is clapping for you, you will not be in the mode. Okay. So this is what you have to understand. The life in body is neither taking birth nor dying. It is this body dying outside. You are not this. This body is Maya, illusion. You cannot say, yes, will remain forever. The inside body will remain forever. Where it will be decided by this body movement, our movements. If we live in the sleeping state, in sleep, and in awake, in sleeping state, then this body will be converted to other bodies. 84 lakh punishments, and then this body again next chance after billions of years. And if you understand beyond this body, beyond this illusion, there is a realistic standing. Then you are going to the Godhead. Godhead. Your life is completely success. Complete success. Now you cannot go through the birth and death cycle. There is no living or dying for you. Nothing belongs to you. You are going beyond the two. Neither death nor birth. Because the awakening one can never sleep. Never sleep. He is awake in the sleep also. So the truth remains the truth. Remains the truth. So get yourself connected to the truth. Be awake always. When he is awake 24 hours. When he is sleeping 24 hours. So sleeping is correlated to Maya. Awakening is related to God. If you love the God, you will come to the awakening state. If you love the Maya, you will come to the sleeping state. Nothing else. So keep in your mind, in short, if thoughts inside are coming of Maya always, you are in the sleeping state. Whenever the thoughts of the God coming, you are in the godly state, enlightened state, awakening state. So make yourself comfortable with the inside your conscious state, awakening state, with the help of the master, because master requires, it is a very, 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 you can say the mini, smallest, you can say, which cannot be seen. You have to come to that point like needle point to understand this. In other words, your whole body should become the ear to understand this. Whole body should become the ear. That what I am saying to you, that what actually is the awakening state. You will be surprising yourself that am I in the sleeping, am I fool or you are fool? But because you love to me, that's why I am telling to you. Otherwise, people outside will not understand this. What this foolishness that are we not awake? Worldly man will say, I am awake. But the godly person complete. So it is better before the death, you should realize your death. Before the death comes, realize your death. Because birth already happened. The moment you realize the death, there is no death, you will realize that same moment, when there is no death, there is no birth. You are beyond than birth and death. And that state, awakening, that enlightenment state is only the life to live in. Living that life for even a moment I am talking about. For example, I am giving the example. If today as you are, sleeping in sleeping state, awakening in sleeping state, when you are in two sleepings, and this whole Maya illusionary world you are sleeping, you are switched over to the awakening state. Awakening means in sleep also you are awakened, in awake also you are awakened, beyond the senses, auto control of senses. That moment, if you are asked that you come to the sleeping state, to the Maya state, and we are giving you anything you want in this world of Maya, anything. You want any post in this world, you want any money in this world, any attraction in this world, you ask it. So one who is giving you the offer of this Maya world, which you always opt for, which you always die for, to get some promotion, to some more money and this thing. But the moment you come to the awakened state, anything of the outside world you get or not will make no difference for you. No difference. Either you are getting something or not. No. You are in the awakened state. And in the awakened state, if you are asked that we'll shoot you if you are not coming to this Maya world. We'll kill you now itself. Otherwise, come to this Maya and you will be living for years together. Enjoy the life here. You will be just in the same state of mind as you were before this sentence said by your whoever, the king or the PM or anyone. You will rather depart from the body than to stay in Maya. That is what the difference means. The whole world Maya comes in your pocket. But this, the awakening state, for even the moments, is more valuable than the whole your resource, whatever in the world you have. The whole Maya in the world, in the one scale of that, your balance scale, the other, you put this awakening state is more powerful, 100% powerful than this. You will not think of getting into that. Complete, I am saying. You are offered the topmost chair of the world, the biggest, the complete money amount in the world, the all attractions to serve you for your lifetime. But you will not lose the moments even you. That moments are so precious. Awakening. So come out of this two sleeping period. What you have, you are in fact asleep 24 hours. Same is done by the animals, birds, trees. They are also in the sleeping state. What is the difference? If you say that we are eating the good food, they are also eating. For them that food is good, not the problem. They are getting less sick than you. They have less doctors than you. Then what is the difference? You say we produce the child. They are also producing the children. Animals, birds are producing it. You say we can see, they can see. We can hear, they can hear. We can eat, they can eat. Only the difference you say that we have the mind. They don't. This one is special with you. But what is the use of the mind? What the mind is? Mind is to distinguish between the right and the wrong. What you have chosen? You have chosen the same. How the animals and birds and insects are staying. Same eating, sleeping, producing children, growing them, dying one day. They are also getting old. You are also getting old. They are dying, you are dying. What is the difference? If this fifth element given to you for what? To get the big houses? To get the big cars? To get to the big posts? No. If such was the advantage of giving you the brain, then these all people are fool in your sight. Especially the Buddha, Mahavir and Meera, those who are staying in the palaces. This mind they used properly and they went beyond the only one, that is sleeping state. Sleeping does not mean that at night or day you just keep like this. Whether you are sleeping or you are with the open eyes, you should be awake. Awake means your bliss state. Awake means no demand. Awake means no attachment. Awake means the Maya is illusion. Now nothing belongs to me. No son, no wife, no husband, no father, no mother, no house, no job, no post, nothing. No this body. This dead body also not belong. This is like clothes. I will no more come in this clothes. Over. This is what you have to determine. What Krishna is saying in Gita. Had a determination to come back to the God home. Determination. Strong determination. Because human birth and the animal birth. Human birth and the birds or insects birth. What is the difference? Only one difference. This, your body. And if this is not working properly, not coming to the awakened state. What is awakening state? Whole Maya is illusion. And Maya is what? I and my. I am illusion. My is illusion. If I am officer, many officers had died before me. Nobody remembers that name. If I am PM, many PMs had died before me. Nobody remembers them. If I am star, many stars had died before me. If I am richest man, many rich people had died before me. So do you want to utilize your brain in the same way as your all ancestors were doing? Would you like to go in the same way as they were going? Or would you like to go in the shoes of these all godly people, those we say, the Ibrahim, Buddha, Mahavira, Jesus, Muhammad, Kabir, Farid, Sahjo, Lalla, Meera, Ram Paramahansa, Socrates, Lao Tse? Would you like to go in that shoes or to wear the shoes of your all those what had come before you, your grandparents? They all lived in illusion. Would you like to live in illusion again? Would you like to come in the dark again? You are living a dark life. There is no light in your life. Light means bliss. Bliss all the time. Bliss means nothing can make you sad. If you are sad, you are in dark. You are not awakened. If you are beyond sad, no sadness at all, no attachment to any desire of this world, then only you are getting beyond this illusion. Illusion means Maya. So better you understand. It is better. That is what I am always shouting at you. I don't know when will you understand. The life is not so long. Such disease comes, corona comes, going off. Some accident happens, going. If you say I am fit, I have no cholesterol, no BP, nothing, I am fit. On the road, you are not. Accident is not saying that you have diabetes or no BP. Anytime death can come. So don't waste your time. Get yourself to the awakening state. Don't sleep for 24 hours. You are sleeping for 24 hours into 60 minutes, into 60 seconds. Remember it. You have to awake. That's what I am saying. Your duration of 8 hours, if in the beginning is not coming yet, you are still away. Miles away from that, your original exact awakening state. Because 24 hours also, if you divide into 3, the 8 hours for your physical body, work, whatever, for your family or whatever you say about, 8 hours for your sleep in sleep state, and 8 hours for your awake in sleep state. At least for 8 hours, try for awakening state. To be awake in awakening state, sleep in awakening state. That is what will come when you go and touch with the all true masters, those that come on this earth. If you are not able to understand them, just go through some teacher, the life teacher, who will tell you about what is written there. If that also no, you want that 8 hours which God had said is to be given to me. If you are just stealing the time of the God, you will not be left without any punishment when you depart. Because unless you are not understanding, your life will keep on coming to this birth and death cycle. No one will remember you, not even your children. Many had gone before you. Have you ever worshipped them? You do not know your grandparents' name even. What the world will tell about you? Why you have so much ego on you? You are nothing. Just take it granted you are nothing. The moment you keep on that track of nothing, one day you will see you are everything. Because awakening means everything belongs to Him. And that is a state of going beyond the birth and the death. And death is a reward then. Because going back to the permanent home. Tired of this hotel's life. You cannot stay in the hotel for a long period. But you had been in the long period for in the hotel. Now you had been punished to stay in the hotel. Your house is not a house. You don't say your home is home. It is a hotel. And you had been in these hotels for many times. Many births. So now you want to go to back to your God home. Where you will reside, rest, enjoy, bliss, dance with Meera, sit with Guru Nanaka, walk with Muhammad, take lunch with Sai Baba, dinner with Lao Tse, Socrates. You don't want that, I know. You just want to have tea with your boyfriend, girlfriend. You want to have tea with your business colleagues. At the time of death, you will understand what I am saying to you. I am reminding you. If you understand, go ahead. Time is still there to understand. Come to the awakening state. You will not lose anything what you have today. You will not lose any enjoyment, but your enjoyment will be multiplied in the stable form 24 hours into 60 minutes to 60 seconds. So awakening person enjoying all the moments, each second of every minute. And sleeping person hardly enjoys. He is not enjoying. He is preconditioned for enjoyment. Enlightened, the awakening person had no condition for enjoyment. Wherever, whatever he is always enjoying the moments. So just enjoy those moments, get to the awakening state by sitting with the awakening one, getting the lessons of awaken, and you will find whatever the bliss he talks about, you are getting the same. And the day you get the bliss in each second of every minute, you are same as he. He is same as you. Two becomes one, and that is God. When two becomes one, and God is for all, then love all. And loving all is the enlightenment. Having no hate to anyone is the bliss. This is the state of God. God who never takes birth, never dies. Beyond birth and death. That state will take you to the God home, and that will be the success of your life.